improbable. Why did I say it like that? Someone says it doesn't make sense because it was illegal. All right, I'm gonna share this live. Hey Ray. Hey. I'm gonna wait for a couple people. I got some updates because y'all know at this point I'm just sharing everything. I am doing my due diligence to make sure that I'm asking people permission to share their stories because y'all know I do believe in consent, even though I don't think anybody in this family deserves consent because they didn't get consent to steal a baby. But I can't change my morals just because of a few bad people. So I'm gonna wait until let's say 20 people comes into the live here, so we have enough people to share the information because y'all know how it be when I gotta tell a story 5 times. You've had me up for 2 days, girls. I've been up for 2 days trying to put my baby to sleep. It's going to be another all-nighter. Oh my goodness. I think it's actually winding down. I don't know why I feel just like a sense. Whenever I feel like a sense of relief, you can even see it wasn't my platform being deplatformed. It wasn't any of that. It was that people were believing this lie, and I see how harmful that it is. That not only is it harmful for birth mothers and adoptees, and for people who want to everyone thinks that I hate adoption. Everyone thinks that I hate adoptive parents. I hate the current the current system that US has for adoption. Like I said, I don't think it works. I don't think it's functional. And in fact, actually, I think it's built purposely to work wrong. But do I know for a fact that there are good people who just want to help children? Hell yeah. I was helped by a few, and not all of them, but I had one or two good foster parents, and I interacted with good adoptive parents who I train, who are my friends, who I consult with their and mentor their adoptees. Now, are they perfect? No, no one's perfect. And this is why I didn't even used to be hard, but I guess I didn't used to give any understanding, or I don't want to say praise because adoptive parents don't deserve or need praise. I'm not saying that they don't deserve, but they don't need praise. Some of them don't deserve praise. But I definitely have learned to, especially incidents like this, I can't sit here and say adoption is bad and just end it at that because for some reason, this biological mother decided that she did not want that baby. We haven't gotten down to the facts of that. I don't know if I will. But the fact of the matter is, because even of our shitty system, because of that system, that child was saved. If we don't have the system that's set up, if we don't have parents that are ready to foster, that are parents that are ready to adopt, that are child-centered, that are trauma-informed, that are culturally aware of their child, that are okay and with exposing themselves and their child to their culture, it's all right. Mama Drama, I'm gonna make you a moderator until one of my moderator comes in, if you don't mind. But I got news for Hope. That's why I'm a little bit more calm, because honestly, when you get more information, um, I guess in all of this, because I just saw so many lies and so much deceit and so many just back and forth and backpedaling, I forgot that Hope is 20 years old. I was stupid at 20. I was impressionable at 20. So I'm going to read. Y'all dropping. You got to share the live. I don't want to repeat it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say it, and I'm not going to repeat it. And y'all better share it in them comments if people start. As soon as I start reading the shit, it jumps up to 40 people, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Girl, I'm not saying it again." But you know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to upload it right now into the Google Drive, so you guys can all go and read what I'm reading. How about that? How about that? That seems like a doable idea. That seems like a very doable idea. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Why does this do it like that? I just need the recent shit that I just screenshotted, yo. Let me. Ooh. Okay. Mm. Did that happen to you, Shiv? Or like, okay, there we go. Select more photos. There we go. Let me make sure. And then I'm just going to just screenshot the rest of this conversation real quick because there was a longer conversation. There we go. Make sure. Take out the photo. Take out the. There we go. Screenshot. Take out the photo. Take out the name. And there we go. All right. Okay, give me a second. So now I'm going to put. Ooh, how do I put these in order? Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, wait, no. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So I just uploaded 5 screenshots to the Google Drive. They're uploading now. So you'll be able to read what I'm reading. I did redact the name because, as you can see, I did tell the person I would redact their name. So today, today at around 7:18, about an hour ago, I was contacted by someone. I've been contacted all day by different family members, cousins, aunts, neighbors, just everyone. Everyone was wondering how she got that baby, where the baby come from, because she had been she begging people for money and food. Because I was just like, if she's on Facebook asking people for food and for in the food line, she's been bothering her neighbors and her family for money and food. So anyways, at 7:18 today, I received a message that says, "Hi, Carlos. If you'd like more info regarding Bo Winter, please reach out. I would only chat off the record, though. I've known Bo since Hope was a baby and was in a committed relationship with him for a while. I also wanted you to know that his legal name is not John. That is his father. But I do know his full legal name. I'm going to read y'all my responses too because I believe in being, but I put all of this on the drive. And if y'all don't know where the drive is, just go to any of my social media to my link tree and it'll be the drive there. I can say, and then this is my response. I said, I can say that I will not expose you or your name, but not disclosing information is not something that I do because I'm not going to not tell the truth. So I right up front, my first response, I won't tell. I always tell people, if you come to me as a source, I'm not a journalist, but I take this shit seriously because this is affecting children, and I want to get laws changed. I want to take cases like this and bring them to the Supreme Court so we can reform adoption, so we can have adoption annulment like this. The reason why I did so much work on this is because I know that this case, if someone looks at it, is proof. We need adoption reform because the rehoming is too much. It's too much. Okay, so let's continue. So, sorry, I get passionate. It's only my name that I don't want shared. I said, okay, yeah, of course, I can do that. I said, please screenshot this for evidence so I'll keep my word. Because y'all know I'm an honest Negro. If one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell the truth. Okay. Oh, no. That's one of the screenshots. Which one? Oh, not Hope's. I'm talking about the lady. Let me see. Keep me honest. Does it? Because there's only like 40 of y'all. So let me make sure. I thought I cropped. Y'all saw me crop them. I literally just sat here and cropped them. So did I overlook one? Last modified. Oh, yep, you're right. I gotta take one down. Oh, thank you. Okay. I thought I cropped them all. Thank you for having my back. All right, let me make sure I did it right this time. Which one did I have to crop out? Oh, it's the one with her name on it. So let me look back and see which one. Okay, because I definitely want to be honest. Um, Wait, the ones that I have are all cropped. That's crazy. But I did see it in there, so maybe I don't have it cropped somewhere. Oh, I see what happened. So when I skipped a crop. It's okay. There's only a few. Thank you for letting me know. It's gone now. There we go. So you know when you have your iPhone and you're looking at a photo compared to looking at a photo. So when it's like this, I don't know if y'all can see. When it's like this, no, let me lower it. Let's see. When it's like this compared to like that, that's what happened. Because I was looking at it like that. I was looking at them like this, and I had the bar and that bar. But when you look at it like when you actually tap on it, it had the information. Okay. So let me repost this. Thank you, Caitlin. You got my back. Appreciate it. Which one is it though that I don't have now? Now I don't know which one. Okay. The situation. So listening to her interview. I think it's the first one that I don't have now. Okay. So let me it's the one, it's the first one. Oh, actually, I gotta close out of the drive. This is work. This is fucking work. I've worked harder than this in some classes I took in college. Select more photos. I want to select. Oh, why is it going down? Okay. There we go. There we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. Which one is it? Can I? That's another thing. You can't look at the bitches before you post them. Okay, hold on. Wait, no, I should really post it because I just cropped it. I'm just gonna repost them again. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. I've been up for like 2 days, seriously. All right, I did it right. I did it right this time. I did it right this time. Okay. All right, let's get back to I did it right this time. Can y'all go double check? Let me just triple check. Yes, I did it right. Okay. Ooh, I just want to triple check. All right. So she goes on to say, well, I said, I just want the truth to come out. So many kids go missing every year because of stupid decisions like Hope's. She said, right, I hear you. I will say that I believe Hope felt that she was doing the right thing, which I said to Hope in the interview that I did with her. She's a child surrounded by people who like loopholes, which this whole thing has been nothing but loopholes, from them putting the last name on Eli at the hospital, getting food stamps and WIC from the biological mother, all the loopholes that she's using, you know. So she says Bo's legal name is Melvin John Winter. In case you needed it, I did need it because I'm going to see my attorney tomorrow. He works at a trucking company in Utah. Oh, I have my snipers are still sniping on that one. But I'm handing all of that over to my attorney because I talked to my husband today, and Christopher said that we are suing. Even if we just get our money from our attorney fees, we're suing you. I'm taking this really seriously. Like I said, I want to create precedents for not only because the best way to create precedents is to get, even if it's a civil lawsuit, is to get a lawsuit or some type of litigation. So I'm going to sue him for defamation, and then that's going to obviously go viral, because when is the last time a TikToker sued someone for defamation and won? And I will win, because the one thing that he doesn't have that I have is a husband and a support group right behind me They have nobody. They barely can. They actually not even barely. They can't even pay their rent. That's I don't know why they keep throwing. Oh, I'll get my attorney. I'll get my attorney. You make less than $35,000 a year because you can't even afford anything. So let's see. I I will bury you in legal fees. That's what my plan is bury you in legal fees until I win. Because I want it to make precedent for when I go to the Supreme Court and I fight for adoption annulment, and when I fight for, I think people who do this, the rehome, because this rehoming thing is human trafficking, and I want them to be the same laws. I hate to say it, but Hope and the biological mother should be facing charges right now. And the only reason that they are not facing charges is because people don't consider adoptees human beings. The only reason they're not facing charges, if they were anyone else taken, somebody else baby just taken, that's a kidnap. That's a human trafficking charge. Why are the adoptees not cared for? Bo was here. Hey, Bo, you're getting sued. You're getting sued, Bo. Let him talk if he wants to talk. I don't mind. I don't shut people up because I don't hide from the truth. So did you block him? Let him speak. Unhide this user. Bo, welcome to the channel. I just unhid him. Welcome to the channel because you're getting sued. You're getting sued. Not only are you being sued for defaming me, you're being sued for lying, but let's continue to just read what we're reading because that whole lawsuit is coming up later. I said 20,000 kids go missing every year in foster care and adoption because rehoming or illegal adoptions. I said, I wish that she could have calmed down and admitted her lies about the adoption, and the adoptee community would have helped her because humans make mistakes. I don't know if he saw it, but he can watch it live. I'm sure he has several backups. This guy's been stalking me for 2 days. He stopped on TikTok because he reported 39 of my videos. Only 3 of them got banned. The rest of them got put back up. At this point, I also got a message from TikTok. They're investigating, and they also advised me to reach out to an attorney. I don't think he actually understands what he did. Nor I know that y'all live in Utah, but do you see? This is why funding your education system is important, because y'all broke the law at every point, and then changing evidence, deleting evidence, changing profiles while doing all but everything is already shared. Okay, you can record it all you want. You can record everything because this is all going to public. So, Bo, like I said, I will be reaching out to your attorney if you have one, because my attorney will be reaching out to yours. So let's continue. This is all public information. You can get this information that is on the Google Drive. What did he say? Just keep, you don't have a case. You don't have a case, Bo. You can't intimidate someone. You don't have a case, nor do you have money to hire an attorney. You didn't even have money to help your daughter not be evicted. You didn't even have enough money to help your daughter buy formula. You didn't have enough money to help your daughter pay for an attorney fee that was only $300 so she can have a legitimate adoption. You are broke. You are a white supremacist, and you are a person who used your white tears and your daughter's white tears and your white fear to try to silence me, and you cannot. Let's continue. Exactly. I agree. But tripling down on and getting platforms taken down while there are tons of evidence is not okay or legal. And she said, exactly, I agree. Listening to Bo's crap with you reminded me why our relationship ended. Bo, why'd the relationship end, Bo? I said, he's something else, definitely a narcissist and controlling. She said, he tries, with big letters, to be controlling, but doesn't succeed. I said, yup, laughy face, laughy face, laughy face. I saw that on my live with him. He was so tough in his video, but silent to my face. Not me talking shit about you to your old girlfriends, Bo. So she says, so listening to your interview with her, I appreciate that what you're doing. This is the 3rd or 4th person from their own family that has reached out and said, I appreciate what you're doing. I will not shut up. Bo, sue me. I got money, boo. I appreciate what you're saying. I don't think she actually comprehends what you're saying. I think she is hearing your words, but she doesn't get how she effed up. And the person most harmed in all of this is Eli. I said that on the live with her. And I said that after, because she just kept saying, I was like, do you understand that illegal adoptions are illegal? And she says, uh-huh, yeah. Do you understand that can be considered human trafficking? She goes, yeah. It, but I had to remind myself, and this person reminded me that Hope is young. She's young. She's young. She doesn't know the law. And from the videos that I posted of the dad, he doesn't know the law either, or any much about how adoption works, which is why y'all should have, instead of running your mouth and trying to get me banned on everything, this is going to look horrible for you. It's going to, it already does. I've done nothing but try to help you and your daughter adopt the correct way, because that's what I do. I've not said anything personal against you or your daughter besides that you did an illegal adoption, which is what you did. It's not unjustly harmed. It's what reputation? I'm not saying anything that is not public information that she said herself. You can't sue someone for ruining a reputation when I'm just repeating things that they put on their own public platform. Love, come to 2022. Catch up, love. Let's continue. She said that I can't have children. In fact, that's part of why I stay with Bo, because I could play stepmom to his kids, Hope and Caleb. I'm always wanting a family, and adoption was, well, still is my goal. But private adoption is expensive, and it does feel like trafficking. And I won't lie, I've kind of dreamed that a pregnant girl will come up to me and say, will you raise my baby as your own? And somehow magically become a mom. But I get the reality of that. It's not realistic. This situation could happen, but I still would need to go through all of the legalities of going through the court system, having a home study, and adopting a baby. I'll admit, when I heard Hope had adopted a baby, I was a little jealous, trying to figure out how she was able to do it being so young, unmarried, and with little income. So everything that I said today is true. She just turned 21, if she did. Her marriage is not until September, so she's unmarried. And she ain't got no job. My husband and I learned that the best thing for us is to foster to adopt. And it's what we hope to do next year. Thank you for sharing the message and trying, big letters, to help them understand. I don't think you will get through them, though. I said, thank you for sharing this. When I know something is off, I trust my gut, because most of the time, because of my time in foster care and being adopted. I sent her a link to my podcast so she can listen, because she's interested in being a foster parent. And a person who's that aware already, listen to a couple episodes, get some more lived experience, you're good to go. She said, I will, thanks. I said, and then I was just like, I'm also a foster care consultant, an author. If you ever have any questions, please reach out to me as far as your adoption journey and your foster care journey. I said, if you ever have any questions about foster care and adoption, please do not hesitate to ask. There are 115,000 kids in foster care that are available for adoption that need good homes. You could be one. We just need to center and protect the kids, and Hope did not. There are kids ready for adoption. And this is why everyone thinks this is not a big deal. This is a huge deal. 115,000 kids go missing every year from the adoption and foster care system because people want to do backdoor adoptions that are illegal. This is nothing about a personal vendetta. This is nothing about a personal vendetta. Y'all listen to the first episode or the first interview I did with Hope. I was just trying to educate her. I was just trying to tell her, hey, do you know what you did is wrong and illegal? But when you're surrounded by people like Bo your entire life, and your tears are allowed to get you out of things, this is what happens. This is what happens. Right, I hear you, and thank you. We actually had someone reach out to, okay, that's her personal stuff. But she ended with, because some of this was like she was telling personal stuff about how they were trying to they were preparing themselves to become foster parents. I didn't screenshot that, I don't believe. But if I did, she said I can share everything except her name though. So anyways, but you're right. Backdoor adoptions need to stop. Many people mean well, but too many people mean harm. And that is what this is all about. And that's the end of the conversation. So not only are there members of that side of the family, y'all remember the receipts that I posted of the cousin reaching out this morning on Nando's side of the family. Bo, no one likes you in your family. Nobody. Your neighbors don't like you. Your exes don't like you. Your in-laws don't like you. I don't like you. What's the Google Drive? The Google Drive is available on all my social media platforms. Oh, aren't you so upset, Bo? Because you really tried today. You reported 29 of my videos. 29. I have to give it to you. That was nice. That was nice. That was impressive. That was impressive. I will let you know that even if you get these next two taken down, which if you do happens to do that, that's more income for me when I sue you for everything you got. And I know you only work at a trucking company, so you don't make that much money. But if you own your truck, I will put a lien on your semi truck. And if you just work at the company, like as a mechanic, I'm sure you own your home, that dirty home that you had dirty underwear everywhere that looked yellow. I'll put a lien on it. I'm suing you. What when I say something, y'all know me. When I say something, I I don't stop. Just like I didn't stop until I got the truth on this story. I'm suing you. I'm suing every part of you. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I spoke to my husband. I asked him I said, babe, what's our budget monthly for a lawsuit budget? He said, you have about $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month to sue? Okay. I'm just giving this all to the attorney and say, you have $2,000 a month. I want to sue him for everything we can get him. We can get him for. Nah, he's still here. He needs to. No, that's the thing though. Defamation with a counterclaim. Like if he tries, okay, so let's just say in the court of law, he does try to sue me first. Does anyone know where he works? No. Does anyone know where he lives or what he does? I know he works in a trucking department or a trucking company somewhere. Hope didn't have a job. So for you to sue someone for defamation, you have to prove what? You have to prove financial loss. I'm telling you, he doesn't think I went to pre-law school. Like I was going to be an attorney, but guess what? I was sex trafficked. Just like, I was sex trafficked. But sex trafficking, see, I caught myself because I have a feeling. But human trafficking and sex trafficking are two different things. This is just an illegal adoption, which is human trafficking. So don't let him say, oh, you're calling it sex trafficking. No, I was sex trafficked. So I know what it feels and looks like to be trafficked sexually or not. Okay? So you take me to court. No one knows your job. You have no loss of income, right? So what are you going to sue me for? What am I defaming? You can't sue someone for saying your name. Otherwise, everybody in Hollywood be suing everybody because everyone always says the only thing that you could sue me for is if I made a claim and I didn't use the word alleged. But I didn't make any claims on any of my videos. I literally just read things you and your daughter wrote. That's called reporting love. I'm protected. As a media, I own a media company. I write op-eds for magazines. I appear in USA Today. You stumbled upon the wrong, what do you call me? A buffoon? You stumbled on the wrong buffoon today, ho. That's what you did. Yeah, they don't know anything. But on the flip side, when I sue you for defamation and loss of income, I have videos of you laughing at me, saying that you took down my platform. I have screenshots of you saying we affected his platform and we affected his money. That came from your Facebook page. You can delete Facebook all you want, love, because guess what? When I take you to court, they're going to subpoena your IP address. And if you try to delete it or if you try to destroy your IP or your computer, that's called, what is it called? Destruction of evidence. You're going to jail. I have evidence. I can show you right now. I had 3 promotions this week that I was supposed to post on that page that were paying me almost $3,000, including an opt-ed with Essence Magazine. You don't even know what Essence Magazine is. That's costing me $3,000 right off the bit. I just looked at my analytics on my Squarespace for my website. I dropped about 35%, and I can have analytics for the last 6 to 12 months. So my attorney will look at my analytics. They will do a daily average of how much traffic I had to my website through my TikTok, and they will compare it to the last 24 hours when you got my page taken down. Whatever I've lost in traffic and potential income, I will be suing you for. You're playing checkers, bitch, and I'm playing chess. Okay? What else do I have? Oh, multiple videos of you laughing, saying, I got his page taken down. And I can't wait until I win in court. And I'm gonna be like, you owe me money. So you can do whatever you want. I know you're broke. I know Hope's broke. I know y'all got no money for any type of attorney. And I'm about to sue you for everything you own. That little truck you got, mine. That little house you got, mine. Hope will never have a home because I'm going to sue her too. I'm going to put a lien on her credit. I'm going to put a lien on her credit. Anything she ever owns will become mine until I get my $100,000 from both of you. Y'all are playing checkers. I am playing chess. Mine. Do you see my home, love? Do you like, bruh, I'm saving 65% from moving from Seattle to where I live now. 65%. That gave me extra 65% of my income to sue the fuck out of you. So congratulations, like I said, on your little getting my one page taken down. TikTok will give that back to me, because also once I sue you, I'm actually going to petition TikTok for, because did you know that I could subpoena TikTok so I can prove who made these false reports? So not only will I have you on a video on your own page with your face saying you did it, TikTok will give me your IP address so my attorneys can match them. You're done. And you messed with the wrong one because I have enough money to do it. You should have been worried about helping your daughter find housing and formula instead of spending the last 2 days. And ain't she pregnant? Oh, wait. But y'all don't have to worry about formula now, right? Y'all don't have to worry about housing because, but doesn't that sound just like crazy that adoptees always get the butt end of the stick? Because Eli, all of this doesn't even have to do with me. Eli has now been trafficked twice. Hopefully he's with a forever home now. That is, I'm hoping that he's with his grandparents. But I don't know. Hope is pregnant, going towards her 3rd trimester. 3 months ago, she was evicted, didn't have any money for food, didn't have any money for anything. She was looking for couch surfing, looking for a job. She now has $7,000 to $8,000 that y'all gave her to take care of her biological son, while Eli will be forever traumatized. Not only forever traumatized, because of Hope's actions and because of her wanting to grift and get as much money and squeeze as much money out of this story as possible, he doesn't even get permission. She put his photos everywhere. And Bo, don't blame me. I'm just a reporter. Don't blame me. Your daughter needs someone, you and your daughter need to be sat down and told no. And stop trying to get through loopholes, because that's exactly what you did. And once Hope has her baby, it's like adoptees, so many times, even in my situation, my parents are being paid $2,500 from the state of Michigan and giving, I'm hungry, I'm starving, I'm in the basement, I'm abandoned and rehomed. And they kept that money to put their kids in college. I had to put my own self through college. But the money that was supposed to go for my college, they spent it on their kids. This is a tale as old as time. Heard of Cinderella? Y'all want to fantasize all these stories, but then forget, like, y'all love Disney, but Disney's full of family trauma. If I was in the Disney World universe, as a CPS worker, I'm taking everybody to jail. Snow White, why this bitch running around? And why is she hanging out with 7 old men? And then she got to kiss a nigga to somebody. No, Cinderella's that is a slave. That was a slave. She was a slave. She was an adoptee. Kinship care. That's kinship care adoption. Slave. It's just like the tale is old as time. Adoptees get the butt end of everything, while the benefit goes to the child who the parent really wanted as the miracle baby, like Hope so classically said in some of her posts. No, no, she hasn't. I've been keeping my eye on her court date. Her court date is still, she has a small claim. She's being sued for small claims on June 2nd for for failing an installment plan or something like that I could see. Um, but she hasn't reached out personally. I tried, but her cousin did, and then what's his name? Fernando. I don't know. Nando. One of his family members did, and like two of his cousins did. A neighbor did, and then an ex girlfriend of both. I don't listen. First of all, y'all only got a tight circle. I I think you need to tighten your circle. Okay, keep your friends close and your enemies closer because I would be damned if any of my friends be giving information, friends, family, and exes be giving information. Because I mean, they're like, we've been waiting for somebody to put him in his place. Go ahead, Carlos, we support you. So you talk, mama. I don't forget about you all. But the issue is how many real stories, not on TV, not what you've seen, how many real successful adoptions compared to, and for me, maybe I'm a little biased because I interact with adoptees all the time. I know a lot of adoption stories. But just ask all yourselves when you think of yourself, don't think of your family, just think of like a friend or someone you met at a grocery store you used to work with. When adoption ever came up and you're like, oh, well, do you talk to your adopted family? Did you have a good adoption? What was the percentages of good adoption versus bad adoption? And this is what I tell people because you can't think of, oh, my one cousin had a good adoption. Of course, but out of everyone that you've spoken to, out of every story that you've heard, not on media, not on TV, but actual stories, books like Antoine Fisher, A Child Called It, Water the State, like, and also think about that if adoption is so great, if adoption is so beautiful, which I think it can be, I'm not anti-adoption, which I love that Hope was like, he's anti-adoption. Girl, I train adoptive parents and foster parents so they can get their licenses. I'm not anti. I'm not anti-adoption. I'm anti being child-centered, anti illegal adoption and human trafficking, and anti non being trauma informed. Which all one, two, three anti. That's what I am for that. But this is why I kept saying that adoptive parents need to be just as upset because just as much as there are some good of y'all, majority, in my opinion, from what I can see from my lived experience, and not only my lived experience, but like I said, books, not TV, books, real stories, real things I've heard, people I've interacted with, just like on a bus and like talking for 20 minutes and saw that they were adopted. It's like 80-20 out here. 80% bad experiences, 20% good. There are some good. And that's about how it is in my personal life. I know 2, maybe 3 good adoptions when I say really good. And when and people and this is what you need to explain about when people say we are good adoptive parents. What's your definition of good? Because my definition of good and your definition of good could be 2 different things. To me, a good adoptive parent is a parent who practices radical adoption. And if my platforms have, and this is why I think I'm going to start doing these. Maybe if y'all support this, because I don't like editing. Do I need to edit shit on YouTube, or can I just free open like this and then post it and y'all can keep it for information? Because that's one thing that's keeping me from YouTube is the editing that goes into it. Because I do want to share information like this, but I'm tired. I get tired of providing content and then it's taken down or it's not even looked at. But what was I saying? Adoption the right way, foster adoptive parents. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Someone get me back on track. What was the last thing I said? If y'all remember, there are many of us who are good, but there are also bad apples, like Hope and other problems. I am not denying the bad things or the bad people, but there are so many child-centered. Oh yeah, so that's what I was saying. What makes a good adoptive parent? What makes a good adoptive parent is a person who, firstly, it depends. Where are you adopting from foster care or privately? I don't think that there's ever any reason to adopt from a private adoption agency, especially when there are 115,000 kids ready for adoption. It's giving handmaiden, you want a baby vibe. As soon as you say private adoption, I'm like, you just want a baby. I think private adoption should be illegal. Like, it should be illegal for private adoption. That's what I believe. Argue with your mama, not me. So what makes a good adoptive parent? So let's just because y'all know there are different types of adoption. There's foster to adopt, there's privatized adoption, and then there's also international adoption. Let's table international and let's table private adoption, and let's just focus on foster to adopt. So what makes a good foster to adopt parent? So, first thing, gathering as much information about the biological family, medical history. And this doesn't mean, and I don't mean you sat on a phone and asked a social worker some information. Nah. While you are fostering to adopt, or if you're adopting straight from foster care, get information, families' last names, phone numbers, email addresses. Create a digital journal or digital life book for your child that has all of the information. If you hear something even passing, like, oh, his mom was O positive, gather as much information. And not only gather, because this is one thing I think adoptive parents have, they know the power that they have, and that's what they misuse it. But this is also something that you could do that's very powerful for the child, and you have that power. I talk about radical adoption. A lot of people have heard about open adoptions, and open adoptions aren't. One thing about open adoptions, they need to be legal, like they need to be legally binding. Open adoptions are just verbal agreements, and neither party has to keep up with the agreement. I do think that open adoption should kind of be like custody, where um, you say like, okay, so we're but not and when we use words like custody, everyone's like, oh my god, I'm not going to share custody. Girl, you share custody when you leave the baby, when you leave your adopted child with the babysitter, or when you leave on vacation and you leave them with the mama. You are saying for certain times of the day or in life, maybe once a week in the summer, maybe, I don't know, once a week you can come over and help them with their homework. That's your custody agreement, and people really need to just start knowing what words means. And this is why it was important to emphasize what Hope did, because she confused wordings with adoption, and she confused processes. So come up with some type of custody, and this is if, because that's the first thing, and stop doing that when we are. And I know I'm going to see a couple people during this comment session, like Hope did and her father did. As soon as we talked about solutions or the birth family, it's, but what if they're dangerous or drug addicts? All right, girl, for the dangerous or drug addicts, as an adoptive parent who adopted from foster care and radical adoption, in my perfect world, what makes a good adoptive parent? You don't just adopt a child, you adopt the family and the family's problems. This is marriage. This is blood. This is the gag is this is deeper than marriage, because at least in marriage, I can get a divorce. Adoption is permanent as it stands until I can get adoption annulment legalized. So this is getting blood in, blood out. If you adopt a child, you're adopting them, their characteristics, their culture, their parents, their cousins, their aunties and uncles. And let's answer those people. What about the addicts? Help them. Does that mean that they get invited over? No, but they might get Zoom calls from their recovery center that you've used your resources as a person with clearly some more resources than them. Help them, get them with a church group, get them with a nonprofit that'll help them. If they don't want any help at all, if they just want to do crack on the streets, cool. You can still help them. You can still tell them, hey, as long as you test positive on a drug test, you're more than welcome to come and see your child anytime you want, or you're more than welcome to restart the custody agreement that we had agreed to, and they are in the beginning of the adoption. But if you're doing anything that is dangerous, just for the safety of our child, I need adoptive parents to get used to the saying our child. Our child, for the safety of our child, I don't think it'll be best for you to be around if you are addicted to drugs or if you have a negative drug test. So that's radical adoption. There's a lot of good TikTokers like Michael Quintok. He has some iffy things, but majorly I like his content. I like what he does. Not only his content, I love him as a foster parent. His content kind of is like iffy, but as a foster parent, extremely well trauma informed, child centered, and he has relationships with every foster kid. He allows them to kid, even his adoptees that he has. Their parents get invited as long as their parents aren't addicted currently or in some process of recovery. They're allowed to come over to the house, or even if they are currently high, just have supervised visitations. It's about doing radical adoption is about really sincerely doing all you can, doing the research, going and traveling to their neighborhood, moving. If you adopt someone from the inner city of Detroit, how about you move to the inner city of Detroit? If you got money to adopt like that, if you got money to help, how about you help the community? I think that adoption should be more community based, um, and that would be my example of a good adoption. Is it true that she denied the birth on the time of the baby on Mother's Day? There was a screenshot of that. Look into the drive. It's on a drive. I'm just gonna catch up with some comments, y'all. Yes, there are good people who are adopting children, but the bottom line is adoption is trauma, and the infant is traumatized by being removed. And that's and this is why you have to break it down. We were talking about what specifically? Foster care, foster youth, TPR that already happened. Now, we need to look at the issue of really breaking down systemic oppression, redlining, generational wealth gaps, free healthcare, free childcare, equal pay for men and women. All of these things will affect how many children end up in foster care. If you looked, a lot of people, social workers, are like, well, foster the influx, the numbers went down, foster care numbers went down, and adoption numbers dropped. When I say dropped, they dropped during the pandemic. Why? Well, the government was giving everybody fucking extra ass money. I was even like, hey, stimulus. So people, now some of those numbers, you have to adjust like 10 to 15% because reported there was no school. So there was not a whole lot of ways to report. But a lot of the reporting, especially that comes, is just for negligence or poverty. And if the parents had money, they were going to do what they had to do. You can only assume, but that's why we have the system set up. I'm not anti-system. I'm anti the current system. We need a better system. But I have to say kudos to CPS. I don't say that a lot, but getting an alert that a child was in a home that they were not legally had any background check, any home study, unstable, neglectful, and them coming in like that, gotta give it to them. In my opinion, I think that they did the right thing in this case. Not nearly as always, but in this case, absolutely. I was adopted a while. I know my life has been better. It would have been adoption is still trauma. Yeah, and adoption is still, and even with the radical adoption, and let's say you have the best radical adoption, right? Parents, they're clean, they got their stuff together. You guys just like, for an adoptee, there will always be an internal loss that you'll never be able to replace, but you can definitely help assist, identify it, and acknowledge it, because you can't do anything with it. It's there. That's why we say adoption is trauma. You can't replace it. You can't feel it. You can't love it away. It'll always be there. But what you can do is support, acknowledge, and help in any way to make it feel any better. And that's up to the adoptee. For me, getting out of the fog looked like finding my birth mother, addressing my birth mother, because there was a lot of anger because I went through a lot of stuff in foster care. Got that apology, rebuilt that relationship, and then I wanted to see the relationship actually last and actually see real change, which I did over the 6 years I got to spend with her after reunification. And the last part for me, for my foster care to adoption part, was me getting to the point where I could tell my story without shaking or crumbling. And I could only begin to do that when I started writing my book. And when I was going through therapy, when I was writing my book, I was just like, oh my God, like, why do I feel this way? And my therapist was like, you've taken so much trauma from the beginning of your life. Like, and I don't know why, like when you write, you have to remember things, and you have to do like back research and stuff. So I'm doing interviews with people that knew me as a baby, and teachers and all of this, and just going through my own memories, talking to my siblings. And I remember I had filled that emptiness, that adoption trauma, that I feel. That's how I describe my adoption trauma. I look at it like a capsule, like it's an empty capsule. I had filled that capsule with so much like hard work and determination, and no and just confidence, and no one's going to tell me nothing. I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to get off the streets. I'm going to make some of myself. And I had to unscrew it because no one filled me up with love. No one filled me up with support. My husband did. But as far as like parental, no, I haven't had any parental support financially or emotionally since I was 14 years old. Besides my mother, but she really wasn't I was raising her. I was paying her bills. I was helping her. So it was more like friendship. And that's one thing I want to talk about, but maybe on a later video. But that adoption trauma capsule, I had to open up, right? And I'm like, oh, wait, this shit didn't make me not feel that trauma. That trauma was still there. I was just burying it under, oh, you're confident. Oh, you're all. So, you know what I did? I just closed it back up, and now it's just an empty capsule that I acknowledge, that I see, that I every once in a while I will treat the inner child, and that capsule can't be filled with anything else but the truth, which is trauma. I was taken away from the person who birthed me. Period. It hurts. It'll always hurt. I can't fill it up with anything, but I can acknowledge it. So that's kind of how I do that. The amount of adoptive parents that would adopt if a child needed a home. Bo, CPS in my state is wild. Is this Boo or Bo? Boo is wild. They have foster care kids in motels. Oh, that's everywhere. That's in every state, girl. That ain't just your state. There are not enough social workers because they are not appreciated enough. They're dealing with shit like this. Like, could you imagine as a social worker trying to figure out this shit? Like, what happened? And then other like real cases that they are underpaid, overworked. There's not enough of them. A lot of people aren't going into social work because it doesn't pay, and you burn out super easy. You burn out, which is why my platform, Bo, was so important, especially for social workers and people who actually help children and not traffic them. But you went ahead and got that taken down, didn't you? Like, how selfish. I'm so glad that baby's not with y'all. I'm so glad. And I can't wait till I sue you. I can't wait until I sue you. Let's see. Just looking through your comments. Thank you, Utah Mama. I made very similar analogy. It's just amazing to me how we can come from different places and still understand the same pain and similar analogies. Yeah, it's like a capsule that you can't fill up with. You can try to fill it up, and it might work for a little bit, but then that capsule is going to explode, and it explodes in different ways. It might be sexual promiscuousness. It might be drug addiction. It might be gambling. It might be, for me, what was working? Working is an addiction. Being successful is an addiction. I was addicted to being successful, like by highway or high water. Carlos Diller would be a household name. Did I do it? Yes, I did. It was a lot of hard work. YouTube videos, podcasts, TikToks, Instagrams, modeling, working with Amazon, T-Mobile, Mercedes. Like, my resume is like, literally, my agent was like, I've never seen a person with such a diverse resume. Like, and how? I was like, because I wanted to prove that I was not a statistic. I wanted to show the world that adoptees and former foster youth can be just as successful as anybody else. And this is what I do for children and parents. And Bo just thinks it's so cute to get me taken down. I can't wait. Oh, emotional damage. Girl, I'm suing you for emotional damage as well. This is my third platform. I'm suing you for all the content that I had. Hundreds of videos gone. That were educational videos that I used for my course training. So I don't think he knows how defamation works and how you can prove loss of income, because I have so much proof of loss of income, and you make videos and YouTubes or Facebook posts about how you got my account banned. And woo, you and your daughter getting sued, girl. You and your daughter getting sued. awesome, Susie. Thank you so much. I'm getting all teary-eyed. Don't get teary-eyed, Shiv. Do all states require adoption counseling like Utah does? Mm-mm. I'm ready to rally for you. Come on, JC. No, they absolutely do not require that. I love that. No, they absolutely do not, because they don't. My parents did adoption counseling, but here's the thing, like adoption counseling from who? From a person who went and read a bunch of books. And I'm in therapy and I'm in counseling, but with adoption, I think you need a tool belt. And a counselor is one. Trauma informed. Look, when you are doing adoption counseling or adoption therapy, see if they're first thing you need to see if they have lived experience. That's why I always ask, do you have lived experience? They're gonna say yes or no. If they say yes, damn, seeing okay, lived experience, the normals, degree, are you certified, just like, are you a legal fucking therapist or to be talking to me? That's why I'm a lived experience consultant. I'm not a therapist. I am not a psychiatrist. I'm a lived experience consultant. I can consult with you on my lived experience, and I can tell you what I've been through and other people have been through. I can give you some tips and tricks. But I'm a tool in your tool belt. Your therapist is in your tool belt. And then you need some, if that therapist is just a regular therapist who's great, you don't have anyone in your area with lived experience, cool. So find the best therapist who is child-centered, trauma-informed, because now some of these therapists, they're really getting really exclusive. You might have to pay a little bit more if it's private therapy, but look for a trauma-informed and adoption, specializes in adoption. Now, also with lived experience, ask them, have they adopted? Do they have anybody that they've adopted? What is their, and when you're talking to these people, just like anything in life, their views need to match your views for them to help you. So if you are talking to adoption therapist or counselor and they don't believe in adoption trauma, how are they going to help you? If they don't know anything about the adoption fall, how are they going to help you? So you need to really start ask questions. Don't just look at a certification like, oh yeah, that's cool. You got to. What are your? And maybe that's something that I do. Can I have my drink, babes? Maybe that's something that I do because I have so much intersectionality. I have to protect myself. So when I'm looking for a therapist, I'm looking for a Black woman who has lived experience in foster care or adoption. But they don't necessarily meet that, but I would love it if they did. I also ask them what are their political affiliations. You're paying these therapists. You can ask. I ask them what are their ideal. That first appointment, I'm going to ask you all this. What are your ideal? I interview them. It's an interview. My first therapy appointment is an interview. What are your political affiliations? What is your political ideals? And a lot of people be like, well, it's not about that. It's no. And that's white therapy. That's white-based therapy. That is untrauma-informed therapy. If your therapist says that it's not about who you are, what dynamic, what intersectionality that you have, it's not factual. Find someone that fits you. And it's okay to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying until you do. I wanted that to open that capsule for over 10 years. But my as fuck kind of shit, what, your adoptive father? How? What advice do you have for parents who have adopted, who have a child who is struggling with that void trauma? As you mentioned, several adopted kids feel this void. What advice? Like I said, acknowledge, hey, I know you're having a rough time. I know that you feel this way. Don't try to tell them, because like even as adults, it's hard. They don't know how to explain it. It's like you just saw in this message. It took me 25 years to understand what it was. Encourage them. What advice do I have for you on how to deal with it? Expose them to people with lived experience. Expose them to people who look like them. Expose the people who've been through the same thing. Do they have a big brother or a big sister? Like as far as like people who have a mentorship over them. It could be anyone. Don't go to church. Whenever I say mentorship, be like, oh yeah, I'll have them go to the priest. Don't do that. But my best advice for a person who's struggling, it's like with anything. If you have a child who's struggling with, let's say, if you have a child who's struggling with, who's shy, right? Have you ever, that's an example I use in my training all the time. Have you ever seen how two shy kids get along all the time? or two extremely hyper kids get along all the time is because they have something at a human level that they identify with, and it makes them comfortable. So I know as adoptive parents, especially y'all who want to be trauma informed and who are trauma informed, you want so bad to be the hero. You want so bad. And I know y'all like you're not a savior, but you really want so bad to make sure your child is okay. You need to come with a strong realization that your child may never be okay. And your child is not okay. But that's okay. That's okay. You don't gotta fix nothing. You gotta allow them to express themselves how they want to express themselves. Give them different tools, therapy, counseling, equine therapy, extracurriculars, radical adoption options, and family plans with their biological family. Tools, different tools, and switch out tools. Some tools don't work. Me and my husband have two different toolboxes, and literally, like for our home, we have two different toolboxes because he's messy with his tools. He has rusted tools. He doesn't take care of them. They all over the place. He never has any screws or nails. My toolbox is very well organized. I have the screw when I need the screw. I have a little organization case with all the screws and all the other. People are going to have different tools and they're going to use their tools differently. So try a bunch of different tools. Don't give up. Debbie Gum tried. I'm writing about this part in my book right now. And in the beginning, like the first year, she really did try. I'm writing about it and I'm unpacking memories. She tried, but after she had her first baby, she gave up. She put all of her intention into her first child. That was her miracle baby. Carlos didn't give a fuck about him. He was just now a problem that she had to solve instead of someone that she had to love. I like that. I need to write that down. That's going in my book. That might be on the back of the book. Carlos was a problem she had to solve, not a person she had to love. I like that because that's exactly what happened. You know, it's I can't deal with you. I can't deal with it. You got to go to this. No, that's that is. I'm writing my book right now, so if I ever get inspired, I always just write it. And that's another thing about writing and stuff. But you know, I really think that she tried until she gave up. But the thing is, you can't give up, love. You chose you. You could have left their ass in the system. And I love how y'all say that. Would you rather be left in the system? Well, bitch, yes, if you're not going to try. If you're going to give up, leave me. Would you rather, Chris, would you rather go on a race with someone who says, hey, I don't know if we're going to make it to the finish line, but I will never give up? Or with a bitch that says, the first time that it hits hard, I'm going to give up? Sounds similar, right? The first one's not guaranteeing you get to the finish line.
Right.
But they are guaranteeing that they won't give up.
Right.
That's what an adoptive parent needs to be. I can't guarantee that even if I get you to 18, you will love and want me as your parent. But I can guarantee that I would never give up on you. Even if you don't want me. And that's what it means to be an adoptive parent. It's not some sugar-coated, like, oh my God, love me, praise me, I'm such a good person. No. It's even if I don't receive love in return, I chose this person and I chose to be their cheerleader and their support and their safety net. And I'm going to be that no matter what. What did JC say? Equine therapy is freaking incredible. Yes, I love equine therapy. Imagine if that would have happened to Eli when Hope had her baby. If Hope really loved that child, she would not. When you love something, you do it the right way. You don't cut corners. You don't find loopholes. Because if you truly love it, you wouldn't want to lose it. And cutting corners and making loopholes is a surefire way to lose what you love. Every day on TikTok, my skin got so thick. Don't make your love conditional. Hope gives me the vibes of my adopted mother. When you love something, let it go. Someone said hope. When you love something, I don't know though. I don't like that. When you love something, let it go. I'm not letting nothing go. Adoptive parents, adoptive parents. There are no conditions of your love. Period. On the darkest day, darkest hour, if they push you away, be ready. Be be there. Yeah. And here's the thing: not everybody can do that, and that's okay. And you know why? This is why I push for adoption annulment, because not everybody can do that. And you can sit there and you can get a legal adoption, do everything legally. You can be trauma informed, you can be child centered, and you can still adopt a child and say, "Wow, as a human being, I know that I said this, and I know that I'm going to be here, and I said I'm going to be here." But we all don't know. Like nothing in life is permanent. The only thing in life that's guaranteed is death. So this is why adoption annulment is really, really, really essential, because when adoptive parents haphazardly make the decision to adopt and they're not prepared and they don't have that mentality of I'm in it no matter what, to the death, to the end. I don't care if they don't love me. I don't care if they don't show me love. I don't care if they don't give me praise. I don't care if they don't talk to me. I don't care. I will still support them, and I will still do everything in my power to be a safety net. I did not sign up for this when I logged in today. This is adoption. They need a way out. And this is what adoption annulment is. Y'all, I talk about adoption annulment and why it's necessary. Do y'all know that they're rehoming kids on Facebook? Y'all want to see something crazy? Y'all want to see something crazy? Y'all want to see how many people in here know that they rehome people on Facebook? Children specifically. How many people knew that? And you didn't learn it from Carpuzzi or me on TikTok. You just knew that. One second. Let me find it. This shit is funny. It's not funny. It's actually really sad. Okay, we got Shiv and Utah Mama. Okay. So we got 2 out of 30 of y'all. So if you go on Facebook right now and look up second chance adoptions, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Children who are shown on this website need new secondary adoptive homes. They were each originally adopted, but the child didn't adapt well with the first adoptive parents. So a new secondary adoptive home is sought. Sometimes, through no fault of either the parent or the child, a child is struggling in the first home. These children are adopted into a new home. Adopted. A lot of these kids aren't adopted; they're just trading kids, like Hope did. They don't. There's no record of this. You don't have to legally do anything. You can. This is why I drug Hope. When these children are adopted into the new home, they blossom and flourish. Please scroll all the way down to the page to see all the available children. Scroll all the way to see the available children. These new adoptions are done legally with correct home studies, background checks, clearances approved by each family state. No, they're not, because I myself and Carpuzzi have caught people on this page exchanging children. We've literally sent adoptees like Chris Hansen style, like, hey, like they posted the child and was like, hey, me and my wife are really interested in adopting. Sent them a fake like tax return and a fake resume, and they're like, when would you like to visit? What? Never were they asking about a home study, none of that. So I know that's a lie. That they don't always do that. But let's just read. Let's see. One of their latest posts says they say they're fully licensed and accredited, but it's a Facebook group. So just because your business is licensed and accredited, people are interacting on like we're interacting here, and there are people actively seeking babies. Who says that they're not finding people like, and y'all think this is far-fetched? It's far-fetched. People just don't go out in life and find babies to, illegally adopt, do they? Okay. Facebook friends, we need your help. Oh, these are 2 Black kids. We need your help to find us a family for these brothers. Please share to your page.
Oh, your brother because they're black, or
they're brothers. And they put brothers with a capital B too. So I don't know if they're being slick. Please like us if you're interested in seeing updates and more children. Aaron and Nathan are brothers who are adopted internationally by a family with bio children who are twinned to these boys. Who are twinned? What does that mean? Like twins?
Same age, bro.
Oh, same age. Okay. Yep. Oh, yep. That's what that means. Yep. Thank you, babe. Nathan recently turned 11 and Aaron is 8. If you are familiar with our program, you know that our number one rule is to adopt in birth order, meaning the newest child comes into the family is also the youngest. Why is that a rule? Why is that a rule? What's the benefit of that? So if there's a 16-year-old who needs a home, you're going to skip over them because you want somebody to get a younger baby. Let's continue. We never encourage family to twin an adopted child within a bio child. Me and my brother are 6 months apart. Is that considered twinning?
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. It isn't fair to either child. How? Can somebody explain that? Because me and my brother were twin. He and I were cool. It was Debbie that was the bullshit. They treated him fine. And he and I were cool. I was just the one that got treated like shit. The adopted child will likely never reach the same milestone as the same age as the... So now they just call an adoptee stupid and did not mean reaching milestone? The adopted child will likely never reach the same milestone at the same age as the bio. And this often creates jealousy and that can wreck a home. This is one reason I don't like this page either. The rhetoric that they are promoting, you don't know that for sure. And for you to even tell this to parents before they... But why would there... Okay. Similar to the problems you mentioned with Debbie. There was no competition between me and my brothers. Debbie was the issue. It was... See, once again, let's say child-centered and let's say trauma-informed. Saying that they don't want children younger than the adopted child, so there is no competition between the children. That means that you're not prepared to adopt. What about mothers who have a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 1-year-old, and a baby on the way? There's no competition issues there. They're able to love and juggle children. Some biological kids have more trauma than adopted kids. Stay trauma-centered. That is not child-centered. Similar to that is not similar. It was not similar. Now I can see if my brother Chris used his privilege as the first kid or in the family, but he never did. These are excuses. Really ask yourself, what logical sense does that make? What logical sense? And at the end of the day, they're siblings. Yeah, there are times that I was jealous of my brother because he was my brother. There's times I'm jealous of my biological brother and they ain't shit. He got a head full of hair though, nice dreads. Jealous of that. Like, let's continue to read. This whole page is hilarious to me. It's not hilarious, but it's funny because it's sad. And I gotta laugh, otherwise I'll cry. Okay. The adopted family will likely reach. Okay, we got that. Through no fault of their own, these brothers are in need of a different adoptive home. So, are these biological brothers or are these adopted brothers that were adopted at the same time? Let me see. So, no, these are biological brothers. So, they're saying that these two brothers need to be split up. Why? We're looking for a Christian family. No Latter-day Saints, please. Not them being Christian racist. Ah! They said we're looking for a Christian family. No Latter-day Saints, please. Ah! Oh my goodness. with no other children under the age of 13 to adopt Aaron and Nathan. Second chance requires that the adopted parents have home slate. Nathan, 11, wants to be a chef or fighter fire when he grows up. He has progressed through the ranks in Taekwondo and is well liked by staff. His teachers at this. Okay, so just imagine instead of talking about a human, I'm not talking about a human being. Like I'm selling you something, right? I'm selling you this sounds like a resume. Like I'm trying. This very much it's giving resume. His teachers at school have all positive things to say about him. In fact, his teacher reviews all with glowing all his teacher reviews. So another thing I don't like about this is they say all of these positive things. Then why are they being rehomed? He's in Taekwondo. He has extracurriculars. His teachers have nothing to say but nice things about him. He's good. He has good grades. He's also interested in wood burning. Nathan likes basketball, fishing, jumping on the trampoline, and he recently learned to whistle. He likes all food and thanks to cook after every meal. What the actual? Smile, boys, for your ass. Not that he thanks the cook. Thank you, Massa. Thank you for the food, Massa. It's giving very much. Thank you for the food, Massa vibes. He would love to participate in Scouts or Troll Life USA. His favorite color is blue. He likes all the things in life. Verbatim without fail. He thinks every after meal verbatim without fail. Thank you, Mama. It was delicious. Of course, they put this in. I'm not making this up. This is in here. This is in here. Let me reread the sentence. He likes all the food and thanks to cook after every meal. Verbatim, without fail. Thank you, Mama. It was delicious. He sings at church with heartfelt expression and has a deep understanding of the lessons taught in Sunday school and at home. He laughs loud and heartily when he watches TV like shows like Andy Griffith. What 11-year-old is watching Andy Griffith? You know what? I was watching Andy Griffith, but I was a weird one. And he likes to whistle, and so did I. But also, who was locked in basements and rooms? Why do I like to whistle, babes? What do you mean I didn't have enough to do where? What? I didn't have anything else to do where? When I was locked up, right? Locked up where? In room. I was locked up in a room, so I like whistling because that's the only thing you can do when you're locked in a pitch dark room to keep yourself entertained for hours upon hours upon hours. It's whistling. So not only it's kind of weird, they're kind of telling on themselves. And the rest of the family can't help but laugh along with him. So if he's that great, why is he being rehomed? This is giving very much like the slave child is ready to go home with you. We slaved this Negro boy well. He says, Master, thank you for the food, thank you for the house. I like Andy Griffin and whistling the Master. Like that's what it's giving. A child should just be a child. Let's read his brother. Actually, I ain't gonna read his brother. I want to show you guys another page and website that I am disgusted by. It's called heartgalleryofamerica.org. Go look it up real quick. Request his real profile. It will break your heart. I'm not doing that. She said, stop. I'm not, you know what? I might. Somebody request a packet and then send it to me because I have to stay incognito because I don't want to give them my fake Facebook page. So if one of y'all, I would like some information. How about you do that? If you already got it, Utah Mama, send it to me in the email. All right. Wow. So this is Heart Gallery of America. You can see they just have a gallery of children who are eligible for adoption. Now, if this is not giving slave trade, human trafficking, let me tell you what is. What is Heart Gallery of America? It is a traveling photographic and audio exhibit created to find forever families for children in foster care. The Heart Gallery of America is a collaborative project over 80 heart galleries across the United States designed to increase the number of adopted families for children needing homes in our community. Now in its 20th year, so they've been trafficking kids for 20 years. The Heart Gallery of America model is being replicated in many communities across the country. Although many of our children are removed from abusive and negative situations, they still have hope. They love to laugh. They learn and be with their friends. Most of all, they dream of finding a forever home and a family to be their own. Okay, the girl. Maybe most of them just want to get to 18 alive. Okay, y'all just be dramatic as hell. All right. So let's just okay, so they have a menu. Literally it says waiting children. I hate that. Waiting children. Ugh. Adopt together. North Louisiana. Oh, so like they said, they have a whole it's across the entire nation. So let's say if I was a person, who even if because here's the thing, not every predator has a record, right? So if I was a predator and I did qualify for a child, because how many foster parents and adoptive parents end up being predators because they didn't have a record when they went through the process, so they got approved. And let's just say I'm interested. I'm from North Dakota. I'm interested in a kid in North Dakota. Who's in North Dakota? Ooh, they give you a list of children available in North Dakota where you can then, let's see. I want a black kid. They get no black kids in North Dakota, only whites. Let's see. And a kid of color. Mm, she's she's Asian. That's color. Let's go high. Malaya is 15. Now, just show you how much information that they give of the and Malaya is not even a damn teenager. She's not a child. She's a damn teenager. First of all, they're showing all of these photos on a public Google. These are foster kids, y'all. These are foster kids. Foster kids. Malaya is most proud of herself when she is singing and dancing. She has a free spirit and loving heart. She would love to travel to the oceans and have a beach day and observe all of the sea creatures. She loves to read vampire books, draw, and listen to music. If you let her pick out lunchbox, she will find the best pizza place around. Is this not giving custom menu for predators? Hey, Malaya, you're 15. I'm sure you have a social media and here's my problem, and this is why you're not supposed, especially in 2022. There are several reasons you're not supposed to be posting kids, and I know it's for them to get adopted, but there's reasons because there are predators out here. There's facial recognition programs that I can just take this photo and I can do a y'all be wondering how we get a lot of this information on y'all niggas. You can do a facial recognition pattern where they'll show you the technology is so great now that they can literally pinpoint if that person has posted any photo on any public platform, it'll draw it up. It's the same thing that Neve did, but it's like the reverse. It's like the reverse Google search, but it's an app looking at pinpoints. They've been using all of this technology over the last 2 years that we've had of all of this self screen. So they have the technology, they're doing it. And you can pay, it's like $30 for the app. And if I was a predator, I could pay for an app that would find this person on social media, this child who's 15. I already know what state she's in. So I don't have to work very, very hard. Have y'all seen Don't Fuck with Cats? Do that, but this style, okay? Don't Fuck with Cats style. Show up at her door with a Twilight book, a large pizza, and a seal. Asking, hey, you want to go to the aquarium?
Yeah, Twilight.
This is a 15-year-old. Yes, is that a real thing that might happen to a 15-year-old? Probably not, but kids are impressionable, especially kids who are been through trauma. They have more. They have different ones. Let's see if the youngest kid who's in Utah. Actually, North Dakota got a lot of old kids. Let's see what else. What else is there? Waiting children. There's some in Sarasota. I bet there's some black kids in Sarasota. First ones were black. Everybody black in Sarasota, Chris. Everybody black. But you know what's crazy? They seem to be between the ages of like 7 and 15. There doesn't seem to be like any kids that are like too young. Dominic. Dominic's 11. Dominic is an 11-year-old young man. He's described as an outgoing, friendly, talkative child, but can be shy around new people. Dominic is able to express his needs, his joys playing outside with his peers, especially playing basketball and football. Dominic has an average student, is an average student, not an average student.
Damn, call him baby. Well, he a little slow.
Who needs support and encouragement in his studies and will benefit from a family that provide nurturing. Oh, this one's actually not that bad. I still don't think y'all should be showing pictures. So everyone's like, well, do you hate that? No, I don't hate that they're trying to find families. I hate that it's like one, the photos, because we live in 2022. You should not be showing photos of people. And two, what does it matter what the kid looks like? That's also like what bothers me. What does it matter? I think the descriptions, and if they're not giving too much, if they're not giving too much information, like what they like to do, where they like to hang out, what's their favorite candy, I think that's a little too specific. But if they would have just posted Dominic's description, that would have been fine. But why y'all got to put the photo where he lives? Like this, these are just things I don't like. So,
Average.
oh no, that's not. We pass Hope. If you want to talk about Hope, you're gonna have to wait till I end this stream and then rewatch it. I'm just waiting for my husband to get done with dinner. How long until you get done with dinner? About 5 minutes, and I'm getting up off of here. Because yeah, the Hope information is going to be all of the screenshots from that conversation that I read is on the Google Drive. But no, I'm just doing like a little adoption chat. Do y'all like this? Because I kind of like this better than TikTok because it's more long form. And TikTok lives, always get taken down, or you can't say nothing, and then we get into a deep conversation, and then we can't even finish it. And another thing is that it's not saved. You have to go and get it, and it's not saved. So, but this one, like as soon as I hit end stream, you guys can go and rewatch something that I said, and you can listen to it again instead of hoping like just trying to catch it live. I think I like this better. What do y'all think? People are a lot nicer. I might do this instead. I might just, set up my desk upstairs on my green screen and just do this instead, and not just because my biggest thing is I'm such a perfectionist that I want to always like do editing and opening and closing. Girl, just get the information out, girl. My husband is currently in security here in Washington, and facial recognition tech is more advanced than you can imagine. People don't understand how advanced facial recognition technology is. Love this format. Okay, there are better on here. It's harder to get YouTube live banned. Yeah, it's really hard to get YouTube live banned because this is why I start. You know what the funny thing is? I might end up doing YouTube. I started on YouTube with cut.com. YouTube is my home. YouTube is home. They're like a walking recognition. Wow. Chef, I don't see a follow back request. Oh my God. Not y'all talking about follow. Not y'all being friends in the chat. That is so cute. I love that. Not y'all making friendships. This is a lot nicer than TikTok. Fuck TikTok. Fuck TikTok. This is a lot nicer. You could use the software to add into. I mean, Mormons are a whole nother type of. No, it was Christians only. No Latter-day Saints. What do they got against Latter-day Saints, y'all? What do they got against Latter-day Saints? Oh, the appeals, the mass reporting has stopped. It's been 4 hours since my last mass report. He probably got, well, I won most of them, so you can't report. That's one thing I do like about TikTok. Once it's reported, once you win an appeal, it's like double jeopardy. You can't try to get it for the same thing. We need so much tea. How much tea? Like tea on what? Oh, about Latter-day Saints? Is that the tea? Latter-day Saints is even wild for the Christians. Latter-day Saint adoptions? Okay. Maybe is this something guys, I don't want to know. I can just only imagine like the abuse that is running rapid I can only imagine. And marrying adoptees and shit like that. I can only imagine. But all right, guys, my husband just handed me, what is this, BB Bop?
Yeah.
What is it?
Sweet chili pork and cabbage stir fry.
Oh, stir fry. I'm about to eat. I'm finally actually hungry. I haven't eaten really in 2 days. I had an avocado today. What else did I eat lunch? Avocado and half of a salad. That's all I've eaten today. So I need to eat. I didn't eat my fish sticks. I gave them to the dogs. I need to eat. I think I did my work. I did my job here today. If I get any more information on this case, I'll let y'all know. At this point, I will say now that we have majority of the story, I've alerted all the officials. I am meeting with my attorney tomorrow about the whole platform thing. At this point, I will start asking for y'all to email TikTok, because even though it's not the most important thing, and I will be doing lives on here regularly, maybe even once a day, I'll just hop on here and live and chill with y'all. I do need that platform back, because like I said, I was doing promotions, and that there's a lot of videos on there, and I'm tired of having to redo these videos that people are using, and that y'all use and have used to educate yourselves. So if you could just send an email to communitymanager@tiktok.com, that would be great. And someone says my husband even sounds good looking. My husband is bald, but he's a beautiful black man. I love him so much. Did you get a hold of Weber County adoption in the adoption agency? No, there was no adoption agency. It was just CPS. And I did alert Weber County CPS. What's for dinner? We're having something. HelloFresh. All right, y'all. Well, I'm finna get off of here so I can eat my dinner. If you want to rewatch this live, if you didn't catch the whole thing, please be sure to go watch it, because it's going to be on the post. And always shine your light.